Hello and welcome to Gamereactor Live, all up in your interwebs. I'm Dori and I'm joined by Nick as per usual. And it's Friday.
Oh no.
News and GR Friday nights as well. Very exciting today with GR Friday nights because we're joined by team TCM Gaming.
One of the better UK professional Call of Duty teams.
Yes, and they're...
And we'll see how good they are because next weekend is the European qualifier for the World Championship in Call of Duty.
And not only that, we'll also see how good they are because if you join on the Xbox 360 and GR Friday nights here in about an hour's time and your rank high, we'll add you into the game with and against the team. We're going to mix it up and see just how good they and you are. Yeah. But we're starting with news and...
Yeah, so just if you want to do that, the first hour is news, second hour is Call of Duty. So if you really want to do the Call of Duty stuff, it's in an hour.
Yes,
so
be ready and add us, of course, GR Friday nights on Xbox Live, and you can check out all the details and terms and conditions on facebook.com/GR Friday nights.
Yes.
But we're going to start with news, and we're joined by, as per usual, Bengt from Gamereactor UK. And hello there.
Sporting a brand new headset.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, my voice is a little bit messed up because of the Olympics, so sorry about that.
Oh yeah, you had a hockey game today, right?
Yes.
How did that go?
I'm glad to say it went well.
Okay, good. Then we can tease R2 later.
But that's not the news that we're talking about. Let's get into it. First up is rumors that popped up. Amazon in talks to buy Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rumor is that they're going to buy the export part from Microsoft.
So basically Pete Dodds, known as @FamousMortimer on Twitter, he's an quote-unquote industry bomb. He drops these industry bombs because he's like an insider. And this time he reported that Microsoft are in talks with Amazon about them buying the Xbox division. He then deleted the tweet, but later came back and said, I'm sorry if you feel misled. This is a rumor, not a fact. I didn't create it, I shared it.
Okay.
It's rolling around in the industry.
I think we had a news story about that like a week ago or something, where there was an interview with the new CEO of Microsoft where he had some quotes and he didn't mention Xbox, and then people led that to believe something.
And also because there's a couple of shareholders that are pushing for Xbox to drop Surface and the Xbox division and focus on their real cash cow, which is of course Windows.
Yeah.
Sorry,
for the operating system.
Yeah, the operating system business.
Bengt, what do you think?
I mean, basically, ever since they started with the Xbox, people have shareholders, larger or smaller, have been pushing for them to drop it because it's not as profitable as the rest of the company. But then again, it's also like it's not terribly draining on Microsoft either. So it's I don't know. Microsoft aren't a company that you particularly see selling off divisions.
No.
They haven't really been doing that. So I don't know what to make of this. I mean, obviously it went bananas, and that's why Pete Dodd took it down, because people were just going nuts on the rumor, and he was getting a lot of heat for it. So
yeah, and also I mean, okay, there is a new CEO and he may want to shift priorities.
But he didn't even say that. They were like taking it out
first of all,
nothing.
Yes, he hasn't talked about it. And second of all, if he wants to, he has to walk into the boardroom and look Gates and Ballmer in the face and say, oh, this thing that you've been working on for the past decade or two, I'm just gonna not do that. I mean, that takes balls.
It's also very bad timing to sell something because the price of the Xbox division is probably not anywhere near where Microsoft would want to be paid for the investments they've made in it. So it's I can see where this rumor is coming from, but just because two companies talk about something doesn't mean that it's anywhere close to actually being finalized either. So
I think Bengt, you have a good point. I don't think it makes sense. Even though they're earning more money on the other parts of the company, some people think the future is in the living room, and this is kind of their way into the living room. So in that way, it's an investment in the future, and it makes no sense selling it now. Even though the Xbox One is not doing as well as the PS4, it's still selling fairly well, and after the amount of money they've put into the Xbox One, selling that part of the company like right after they've launched the console, there's no way they're going to do that. No way.
No. I mean, all the heavy investments into Xbox One have been made, so it's in about a year or so, that's when you start to reap the reward.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. It's like they're just
bad business.
Yeah, they're just past the risk. Why would they sell it before they get to the reward?
Yeah. But of course, what makes this juicy is that there's been lots of rumors about Amazon getting into the console business, and they picked up a developer that has been working with Microsoft, Double Helix, the other week, and which also sort of conflicts with the rumor, because the rumor has been that Amazon have been building their own console, and why would they be interested in the Xbox if they're doing something on their own? And you'd also think that Amazon would want to make a console that is a little bit more catering to their perhaps wider, more casual audience. You know, the audience they've got with Kindle. I mean, I'm not sure. You know, this sort of consensus has been that it's some sort of Android console or something like that Amazon have been working on.
Yeah, something closer to Ouya and GameStick.
Yeah. Well, maybe successful.
yeah. That being the only difference.
Yeah. But you know, it's not really like they want to pick up Microsoft's whole Xbox business and have incredibly big commitments towards you know, developing these big AAA titles that Microsoft have signed contracts with companies all over the world, and they would have to take over. I just don't see them wanting that sort of burden on the company for something that may pay off in a few years down the line. It doesn't sound like something that Amazon would be interested in.
Even if it doesn't make sense for either Amazon or Microsoft. Why would Amazon like buy Xbox now when it's not? I mean, and for Microsoft to not, even if they don't do well, they'll earn some money and earn some of the money back that they've invested over the next couple of years. And it seems like Amazon is actually doing, even though they're not like a big tech company in the way that they have a long history of creating TVs or something like Sony, they still do fairly well with their Kindle and that sort of thing. They seem to have people who know what they're doing with those sort of devices. And for the kind of device they would make a console, I think we're closer to Ouya or to something that's basically a Kindle Fire that you hook up to your TV.
Yeah, and also that's something that kind of interconnects with their already existing ecosystem of the Kindle and the Kindle Fire with Android-based games.
And renting movies through Amazon and all that stuff. Yeah. This is kind of a rumor thing, click feed thing, or whatever.
I could see there being some sort of synergies though, and you could see a partnership in this, like where they sort of work together and Microsoft help out on the, you know, the smaller, more. I mean, they could share some sort of ecosystem or something. I mean, there could be synergies there, but you know. I don't know. I think it's one of those things where you hear two companies talking together. A lot of companies have a lot of talks, and it doesn't always mean yes because you keep in close contact doesn't always mean that there's actually something that's going to happen. So you know, but it's a nice talking point, and it was a nice one of those rumors that sort of shook everyone up a little bit. So.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Next one, Harmonix, creators of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, have been working on something behind the scenes for a long time now. Finally, it was announced, Chroma, a first-person shooter.
A rhythm-based first-person.
Rhythm-based, of course, it's Harmonix, but still a first-person shooter.
But it is sort of a mix between a first-person shooter and like a Rock Band, where like there's guns that you like. You need to fire them at a certain point, like it tells you when to fire, and if you don't hit the beat, they don't fire, but they like auto-target the enemy. So it's sort of a weird thing. As I understood, there was like one class that was more just like, I think it was called the Assault, had more of a normal gun that was a little bit, if you're not into that rhythm-based thing, it was not a lot of it, but there's a lot of like weapons that are like really rhythm-based.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the trailer here, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I have a quote here from Mark Tirano, Chief Creative Officer of Hidden Path Entertainment, which is the publisher. Truly new experiences in video games is very rare. At Hidden Path Entertainment, we were delighted to help Harmonix realize their dream of a musical shooter and are looking forward to their next step, seeing it continue to evolve with energy, input, and creativity from the game community.
Okay.
So they're putting it out there and taking in feedback, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're sort of cooperating with Hidden Path, who of course have a sort of heritage in shooters. Yep. So I think that's a good partner for Harmonix to have. Obviously, a shooter is something very, very different than a rhythm-based game, but it's nice to see something different in this space, and it's a free-to-play shooter, so you know, it's one of those that I think could get a sizable audience, you know, on the side of all the big shooters out there, and it's nice to see Harmonix doing something a little bit different.
But people should know that this is not like this. I think this is closer to Rock Band than it is to shoot. Of course, it's a shooter, but if you get this and expect to play a first-person shooter, you're probably going to be disappointed.
Yeah, but
in a way, but I mean, it also shares some of the rule sets of a first-person shooter multiplayer.
I could just see someone expect Battlefield or Call of Duty and then get this and be like, what is going on?
But you know, those people are also very upset if you tweak one little weapon a little bit. So it's not really for that audience at all. I think it's for people who you know, enjoy rhythm games, but also people who enjoy something that's, you know, a little bit old school. I mean, the graphics on it is like, you know, it's a little bit psychedelic, virtual sort of thing.
And they're releasing an alpha, so if you wanna try it out in its early stages and give some feedback, then you can go to I think it's
Play Chroma or something.
Yeah, playchroma.com.
And I think there was actually one thing that was. There's also you reload faster, or maybe you have to hit the rhythm to reload. And that kind of reminded me actually of Gears of War, where if you hit the reload at the right time, you reload faster.
Yeah,
so
active reload.
Yeah, so there is stuff like that that it seems they've just evolved on that. And it makes sense, as Bengt says, like it's interesting to see them try something new. I don't think this is something for me, but it's great that they're trying something.
Yeah, and I think there's a need to sort of get things that are a little bit different, that maybe come at it from a different angle. I think that's a good way for any genre to evolve. So more variation is good out there. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, shooters are fun, so but not everyone is into the sort of the military shooter. So this is something different.
Definitely, and looks, like I said before, very promising.
And then we have the website, Playchroma.
Playchroma.com. Next up, we just. Randy Pitchford, in an interview with Polygon, has confirmed that they are not working on Borderlands 3 right now. And I want to read this quote because it there's some shots fired in this quote from him. We love Borderlands and we know customers do too. So we will be doing more in Borderlands. But the thing that when you think of what Borderlands 3 should be, no. We are not developing that right now. We don't know what that is yet. We can imagine what it must achieve, but we don't know what it is yet. I'm not going to fuck around with you like Valve does with Half-Life 3.
Nice. but they still have the rights to Borderlands, right? So they're just...
Yeah. They haven't started working on it.
One thing this reminds me of actually is they confirmed Borderlands 2 for Vita, right? And that's supposed to come out like now. Like when do we get a date soon, or?
Yeah, but then again, so was Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's still coming, but that kind of makes sense if they are sold that it could not be coming. But this, I think it was supposed to come out in spring. Yeah. But anyway,
there was a date released on Twitter or something that was March 18th. Yeah. But then it was done away with. I think it's coming pretty soon.
But there's the thing with a lot of Vita games, they just drop, or like it's coming out in 2 days, so that could still happen.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be the case with Borderlands, but you know, it should be coming out this spring. Yeah. And I think it's interesting to listen to this. I mean, obviously, Gearbox are fully in charge of the IP. We're gonna get Tales from the Borderlands. Yeah. I believe probably 2015, because Telltale are kind of busy. but or late 2014. I don't know when they have.
Yeah, but it could be even later with the amount of games they're doing now.
Yeah, and that's gonna run for a year or so. That first season. I don't think
they have Wolf. They have Wolf Among Us. They're not done with the Walking Dead season 2 starting now. Then there's Game of Thrones and Borderlands.
Yeah.
So even with 2 teams, it could be like way into 2015 before we get anything.
But I mean, Wolf Amongst Us will be done by the end of the year. Walking Dead season 2 is probably going to be done around the end of the year, maybe early next year. So obviously this is a completely different team working on this, and their teams aren't tremendously big, you know. But I think it's probably safe to say that it's going to be late 2014 or early 2015, and then run for a year. We're not going to see any new Borderlands until then. They would be crazy to do that.
Yeah.
They want to.
There's probably going to be more DLC for Borderlands 2, but that's about it, I think.
Yeah. And we got the Vita version. I mean, that's enough Borderlands to last us until Borderlands 3. But you know.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Gearbox is of course keeping busy. There are homeworld remasters and 2 new unannounced next-gen IPs that they're working on.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the interesting part, of course, because they're working on 2 new unannounced games for next-gen. How long are they going to be tied up with that, and when can they start on Borderlands 3? Because Borderlands 3 is obviously a big project, but it sounded like Pitchford doesn't want to be tied down to doing it cross-platform, last-gen, this gen.
I like that.
He'd rather do it fully next-gen, and he feels like that's going to be a while until you can do that. I'm not so sure that he's actually correct on that. I think, you know, if you started on a game right now, I don't think there's any need to do Xbox 360, PS3, because I think within 2 years, 2.5 years, there's gonna be no point in releasing on those platforms.
True, but I totally get him that he just I don't care if he has the free range. I'm just gonna wait. I want to do something different as well.
Yeah.
It was 2 new IPs to both games.
Yeah, another quote from.
So it's not another Aliens, Colonial Marines, or.
Yeah, I was just about to say, when you say how long are they going to be tied up in that, it's like, oh, I hope they don't outsource some of it. But another quote from here that kind of may allude to that. I don't know. We created Brothers in Arms, we created Borderlands, we acquired Duke Nukem, we acquired Homeworld. I'm building 2 original IPs for next gen. I can't personally invest myself wholly in all of these things, so I invest myself in 1 or 2 things and empower talent and creativity around me and beside me and in this vicinity. I do whatever I can to fuel that and let awesome people do awesome things. I love that feeling. Is he kind of saying a little bit like, oh, we'll outsource some of it?
I'm not sure it's outsourcing, but, you know, obviously Gearbox is a very big studio now, so reasonable to think that they might actually be well over 2 teams. Yeah. I think there's probably a Homeworld team that's working on both the remasters, and that's sort of looking at what could we be doing in terms of a sequel as well. And I would assume that Brian Martell, who was responsible for bringing that franchise into Gearbox, is sort of involved with that, one of the founders. And then you got Randy. One of the new IPs, I believe, is the reworked Brothers in Arms Furious 4. That was announced a while back and then was stripped of the Brothers in Arms thing. And now he's sort of alluded to that it's something entirely different than it started out as. Yeah. But that is probably one of those new games, and then another one. That's 2 full teams, and then we got the Homeworld stuff, and obviously some people remain on board. You know, it's interesting to see. I mean, I'm sure that he has a plan for when they should start with Borderlands 3, and hopefully it's not too far away, because that game, you know, probably needs a good 2-3 years in development.
Did we lose Bengt from the stream, guys?
We can still hear him, I think. Bengt, you're still there, right? Yeah. Now we have a Steam code that doesn't work.
We can hear him through our computer. Okay. So, but yeah, let's move on to what I think is the biggest news piece of the week.
By far.
Yes. Irrational Games
Double
winding
XP
down.
Oh.
Damn you and your Call of Duty. No. Irrational Games is winding down. So Levine moving forward with a smaller team. I don't know if this is bad news or good news, really.
The thing is, this could have happened two ways. It could have been Levine was like, I don't want to do this, I want to do something smaller, and 2K gave him an offer and were like, well, we'll pay for these. If you're doing a small team, we'll give you there's no pressure, you just get the money you need for that small team, we can do that. Or that, what was the other way I was thinking? but that he was asking, 2K directly. I don't know. Either way, I think it's good. It's bad for the people who got fired, but
yeah. Quote from Levine himself here. I'm winding down Irrational Games as you know it. I'll be starting a smaller, more entrepreneurial endeavor at Take-Two. That is going to mean parting ways with all but about 15 members of the Irrational team. There is no great way to lay people off, and our first concern is to make sure that the people who are leaving have as much support as we can give them during this transition, he explained.
And 2K keeps the Bioshock IP, the rights to that. So that doesn't mean we won't get another Bioshock.
No. Because, I mean, Irrational is fully owned by Take-Two, so it's all within the family as we speak, but also the greatest crimes happen within the family. So this is a story that's very, very interesting, and of course we only really have the official story. That's the one that Levine has released. I get the feeling that that's nowhere near even half the true story. And the initial reaction to this is, of course, it's great. He's given freedom. He's given, this is what he wants to do.
Yeah. Rise of the indies.
Yes, absolutely, all of that stuff. And but that there's been lawyers involved in arranging this sort of deal.
Yeah, and you have to also look at kind of some of the troubles during the production of Bioshock Infinite. Team members leaving, delays, apparent features being stripped out.
This is sort of an unofficial truth of the industry. Ken Levine is not very easy to work with, in the sense that he's a very demanding creative, and what that means is that he will have a lot of ideas and he will push people real hard. And even after the first Bioshock, there was a lot of people leaving Irrational, and a lot of them left for 2K Marine and made Bioshock 2. And of course, in the meantime, there was like a 5 or maybe even 6 year development cycle for Bioshock Infinite, and during those
that's
years,
like polyphony length development.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of speculation. How much money did the game cost Take-Two? Upwards of $200 million has been mentioned, which of course that's kind of hard. Even though Bioshock Infinite sold pretty well, 4 million or something like that, you don't make that kind of money back then.
Just a comparison to that, like Naughty Dog, that in that time they've managed to do all 3 Uncharted and Last of Us or something like that. That's insane.
Yeah. Of course, I'm not sure that the studio sizes are directly comparable,
No.
but I mean, it's obvious that it's been a tortured development cycle for Bioshock Infinite, and the end result was a very good game. Not everybody loved it, but I would have to say that it's a very good game, and it's one that sort of, it feels like Ken Levine's game, like that his vision came through. But this is also like there has been some pushback to this news. I read a very interesting sort of behind-the-scenes story on Gamasutra, one of the leading industry gaming sites, by Lee Alexander, where she talked a lot about the sort of the anonymous industry sources that have told her about issues at Irrational Games, and she had been tipped off that Take-Two would close down Irrational Games following Bioshock Infinite because it was just a mess. It's not the same team that started out the development, not at all. And the thing is, if Ken Levine wanted to leave and the team was sort of in shambles, maybe there wasn't a studio to keep if Ken Levine was on the way out.
Yeah.
So maybe the closure of Irrational Games is really just a result of of the trouble, the tortured development cycle that the game has had. For me, it's also very interesting because I've picked up on something myself about Ken Levine. He had a very sort of not a public one, but there was a contract negotiation that was kind of a little bit like, you could say, what Sampella West went through with Activision and Desilets with Ubisoft, THQ, all that stuff. Sort of similar, because I think Ken Levine has the same agents as some of those people's.
Yeah, like a big Hollywood agent.
Yes, Hollywood lawyers, agents. And of course, the idea there is that these agents want to ensure that they have creative freedom, and that they're getting paid. And but the interesting story and twist to that I heard was that when he was renegotiating after Bioshock, the first one, somewhere along the line there, these kind of people typically sign 5-year contracts or 3-year contracts, longer contracts, because the companies want to make sure they're kept. And that's, you want to maintain that because there's a risk of everything falling apart if those people aren't in place, not necessarily because they are overwhelmingly needed all the time, but because that's how the industry looks at it. It's how gamers look at it. It's if Ken Levine was to leave Irrational during Bioshock Infinite's development, that would have been a disaster for Take-Two. So you sign these contracts, long-term contracts, and one of the things was that towards the end of Bioshock's development, Irrational Games was renamed 2K Boston. This didn't sit well with Levine, who had obviously founded Irrational Games, and one of his demands was that they renamed the studio again to Irrational Games, and it was renamed, I think, in 2009, 2010. Now, this is significant because I think that Ken Levine does not want Irrational Games to exist without him on board. So maybe that is also why it's being closed down. If he wants to do something different and he can't do it under the Irrational Games name, maybe he doesn't want it to exist at all.
Yeah. I think in the end it makes a lot of sense. Like Levine, now he's also doing the Ender's Game film script, but he seems like the type of guy who as you said, can be hard to work with, because I think he's a true artist. He has a vision, and he wants to do that sort of idea that he has, and for that it's better with a small team where he can have the freedom and he can do what he wants, and then we'll probably get some interesting things where, looking back now at Bioshock, I was one of the people who didn't think it was the best game ever. I still think it was good, but looking at it, might have been like not benefited from being a big game. It might have been better if he could have focused on his ideas and didn't have to make it this huge, blockbuster, and all these like hundreds of people working on it and all this investment that it would have been a smaller game. So I think it makes a lot of sense doing that. Then there's the whole thing with, like, wasn't there another studio that recently closed down in Boston? Like, the whole game development scene in Boston is going to take a huge hit from that, and see, are these going to stay there and do, indie games or open another studio, or they're going to flood to San Francisco and LA?
There's a studio in Boston called Firehose Games, which is offering free desk space to former Irrational Games employees that want to go full indie. Yeah.
But I saw a lot of people on Twitter where they were like everything from Naughty Dog and Microsoft and like all like kind of studios were like, we're hiring.
Yeah.
Like
Bethesda as well.
Tons of studios and tons of developers and self-posted.
If you've been an important team member that has shipped a AAA title like Bioshock Infinite, you can move. You have no problem getting a new job. No. That's not the issue. I mean, the problem is if it's a lot of junior members, and who's really left. I mean, it's been a year since Bioshock Infinite shipped, and they've only done DLC afterwards. I could see there being quite a few people leaving the studio right after the crunch.
That's how it usually works. So
so we're not really sure exactly what kind of people are left. But of course, Boston was hit hard, or sort of the area, when 38 studios went down. And I think Firehose Games is sort of part of. I think they started up when after that happened. So there's already like a really big indie community in the Boston area. A lot of smaller studios that have just started, but there is a problem when there's none of these sort of big studios that can sort of balance things out a little bit. Boston has Harmonix as well. I think maybe Turbine is in there as well. So there are a few big studios left, but of course Irrational is like I think they've been mentioned as. I mean, it's a symbol, of course, for game development there.
And of course, no word on. I mean, they're wrapping up the last story DLC for Bioshock Infinite, but there's no word on the Vita version.
No.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening anymore.
Probably not. Well, should we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Good luck to all the developers who were.
Yes.
It was interesting to see. I saw some names who were like one of the leads on like both the original Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite. Be like, hey, I need a job, and that's kind of weird. But good luck to them.
I mean, I'm looking forward to some great indie games coming out of Boston.
We'll see what happens.
But next up, Bleszinski swearing off disc-based games and revealing some of his regrets on the Gears of War series.
Yes.
Cliff is always ready with a good comment.
Absolutely. That was another great interview story by Ongai Masutra, actually, that went big. And it sort of echoes a lot of what Levine thinks as well, in some terms of sort of death of AAA. There was sort of a timely. There was good timing on that story as well.
Let's get the quotes.
Yeah, let's get some quotes here. The whole old guard where you get a Game Informer cover and an E3 reveal is dead. I'll never make another disc-based game for the rest of my career, and at E3 they're trying to woo buyers from Target and Walmart. And then he's been inspired apparently by the development of Rust, which is big on Steam right now in early access. It's not about the new user experience. In these games, the new user experience is utter shit, and it's okay. There are 2 lessons people have not learned from Minecraft. Get the game out there and build it. Some kid will put out a video. Players will teach each other. You don't need the press A to jump tutorial prompts and stuff like that.
I think he has some good points. He also has some stuff that, I mean, there will still be AAA games. It's not all games are going to launch like a Steam game with early access.
Imagine if every game that came out on early access on Steam.
Again, to bring up Naughty Dog, when they make a game, I'm just like, just finish it and give me the game. I don't need to see anything else. And it's great, and it's true what he says. The other stuff, and it's actually fun. I like going to E3, being in like one of those presentations, and you see who else is there, and it's like the lead buyer of Target or Walmart. It's pretty interesting.
I have a nice story from E3 when I was watching Spec Ops: The Line.
I was actually thinking of that one exactly.
Yeah, and there was like 10 guys from Walmart, and they walked before everyone else to sit down in that presentation. They sat down. It was like one guy was the leader. He was the one talking. So it was actually Greg Kasavin, who's now at Supergiant Games, who was holding the presentation. He worked at Take-Two at that time, I think. And afterwards, they sort of asked, "Are there any questions?" And the Walmart leader guy, he asked, so what about collector's editions, that sort of stuff. And here they had sort of presented the overall vision of the game, and trying to get people excited about the story and all that stuff. And I understand it. At the same time, that is the original why they originally had a trade show at all, was to get orders from retailers. So it's not, it's just that it's
turn that off.
It's just that it's I know.
But it's funny. I was thinking of the exact same presentation at E3. Last presentation, I think it was the last day of E3, and there was a group of journalists who wanted to get in, and they let all the buyers from different chains in there, and then we got in as some of the last ones, and some of them I remember also just looking at their Blackberries, not paying attention, and then I was remembering that exact question afterwards. No questions about anything other than
how can we sell it?
Yeah, I don't remember if they asked about the price or something, but it was those sort of questions. How are the posters going to look? And I was like, Jesus Christ, why? And they were not even watching the presentation. Why do you want to be here? They could ask that after.
I can just imagine Spec Ops: The Line being front place in Walmart or Target. It's play Spec Ops: The Line, but it's extremely violent.
It's not that, but that they didn't know. We didn't know that back then. They presented in that. You got some of those feelings, but it's hard to know if it ends up being that sort of game. And and that game went through some weird development as well. But it's just that thing where why do they even want to go into that presentation? They weren't paying attention, and asking about collector's edition, they could just ask that, and then let the people who are really excited about that game like go see the presentation.
Yeah. But let's.
I mean, let's not get too far into the sort of the nitty-gritty of E3 meetings.
No, I want to bring it back to Bleszinski and what he said about Gears development. As far as Gears, at the end of the day, you are shooting fucking lizard men in the fucking face with a fucking chainsaw gun. It didn't wind up what I'd hoped. I'd pitched it as Band of Brothers with monsters. You know, Band of Brothers is well done and emotional, telling the story of the greatest generation and what they did in the war. Yet somehow we landed on Predator, the characters changing all buff and manly. I'd never planned on that. You can't plan for that, he says. With game development, it's like doing a Ouija board with the with dialogue parts. It gets easy to slip into Schwarzenegger territory.
I like Cliff more and more. I hear from him where it's, yeah.
He's such an interesting character because he is sort of part of, you know, he's the dude bro shooter, the maker of the dude bro shooter. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like he's got all these, and it's sort of when I saw the presentation of the first Gears of War at XO5 in Amsterdam, and Cliff was there presenting the game, he was so enthusiastic about, you know, things that you wouldn't think of as Gears of War like at that time, you know, about story.
Oh, we lost Bengt.
Nope.
All right, try to get him back.
Which is
Bengt, can you repeat that? We had a little freeze here.
Yeah. All right. Where did I leave you off in Amsterdam?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Don't do that again.
He talked very enthusiastically about, you know, the world and the story and the characters and all that sort of stuff, the good stuff. And I always had the feeling, because we got some materials, we got some books and stuff there, and you know, got the feeling that, oh, there's a really deep world here. There's something, there's a lot of underlying themes that they could develop in this game and the sequels, but they never really did, and it didn't have those depths that they sort of, I think, intended to in the beginning.
Yeah,
because
they kind of ended
sort of
up doing that in the comics instead.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, you know, every game doesn't need to be sort of a life-changing experience. I don't think so. But you know, it's interesting to hear him say that. Now, you know, I'm looking forward to it. But at the same time, he did all these things, and at the same time, I got a nice quote from him at that thing. Someone asked him for his email, and he was almost like taken aback a little bit and said, you know, what? It's cliffyb at cliffyb.com. I think it's such a Cliff Bleszinski, and of course back then he was a little bit younger. He was still Cliffy B. He wasn't Cliff Bleszinski. So it's just he is both the sort of the deeper guy, but he's also like this guy that can just, you know, that is that typical that you'd expect to make Gears of War. So. Yeah. But, you know, we're all waiting to see what he's been working on. And if he's been working on anything, I don't know. I mean, he's been talking a lot. But whatever he does, I'm interested to see.
I love seeing that thing last year where he posted photos of himself or like from different developers.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to cut it off here. We have about 15 minutes left, and we're halfway through the news pieces.
Okay,
so
let's get to the important stuff.
Let's run through this quickly.
Yes.
Wolfenstein got a street date. And it comes with Doom Beta.
Yes, and that's the big news, really. The fact that they're officially talking about the new game.
Has that been announced?
No, that was quite a surprise at the end.
So that's called the trailer. Does it say Doom 4? Or does it say Doom : something?
No, it says Doom.
Yeah, so it's coming out on May 23rd. PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360,
everything.
Xbox One. Well, not Wii U.
Yeah, okay.
And we come with a special pre-order
I would
early
say
copy
everything
bonus.
And Wii U if it was on Wii U.
True. And we come with a special pre-order early copy bonus in the form of a Doom Beta invite.
It's just the original Doom they're redoing. Doom HD.
Yeah, Doom on next gen beta. I don't think so. But
yeah, cool.
Yeah. That's exciting.
I'd totally forgotten there was a Wolfenstein coming, but yeah.
Oh, I haven't. It's on my radar for sure.
Is it good?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
I saw it at E3. I don't really remember it, but cool.
Yeah, but
kind of fitting that they go together, Doom and Wolfenstein. That was like the original two like big first-person shooters.
Yeah, but let's quickly move on before our viewers in Germany report us, because I think there are some symbols there that we're not allowed to show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Daylight is adding Twitch interactivity on the PS4, meaning that viewers can interact and scare the streamers while they're playing on their PS4 through Twitch. I think that's kind of exciting. I would love, I would love to see you play that. As if you didn't have enough hard time with.
Could you imagine me streaming that like Outlast, and the people watching could actually like scare me? That would just be
amazing, amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that.
When is that game coming out?
Let me see.
Very soon, I think, like in a couple of months or something.
Cool. We'll expect a live stream of that then, I guess.
Although we'll have to somehow run it through. It's coming out in April 2014 is what we have. And I have to say, this has to be tied in with the phenomenon that's running on Twitch right now. Twitch Plays Pokemon, which has been running now for, what, about 8 days?
I think it was last Saturday it started, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, 8 days plus some hours. And, I mean, some people call it a test in democracy, some people call it a test in anarchy or chaos.
There's also multiple, like the one that hit really big was just that anybody can write like a command and that will move the character to do something. But there is the 40-second delay on Twitch as well, as far as I understand. So it's not just that and just the anarchy, but that there's that as well. Then there's like different versions of it as well. There's one where...
no, he's running red and blue. I'm not sure if he's doing anything else.
No, but there was another version where it wasn't like total anarchy. There was some other thing with that, and then I saw like it exploded into people doing I think other games, and I saw like I think it was Referee Games that did one where you could tell Adam Sessler to do stuff.
Yeah, let's not have Outlast on the stream while we're talking about Pokemon.
Enough Outlast.
Yeah, but I've gone on there and it's insane. There's over 50,000 people, sometimes like 60,000 people, and it's just ABB side up down, you know. And there are some trolls that have managed to release Pokemons.
Yeah.
And
but they beat like the 2-3 first gym leaders.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I don't know what that says about the design of the original Pokemon.
But I think you know what has actually just happened is they're walking so much randomly amount that they're meeting so many of the random Pokemons that by the time they actually get to the gym leader, they're so overpowered, like all the Pokemons are just huge leveled up.
Yeah, but how do they throw a Pokeball in the first place? It's like, it's
But I saw one of the fights, and it's like they were trying to leave and the fight and do all these things and release Pokemons. But even for that to happen, you get like warned, like, are you sure you want to do this? And the chance of them going like yes through that is low. So that's why for anything bad to happen, it's a really small chance as well. So they usually, you know, do decent. But I think it's fun. We'll see how long this will last.
Yeah, I think this is a great add-on to the whole.
It's a great little thing happening, but it's not. It's not like in a year that it's going to be all games on Twitch. You can do that and all that stuff.
No. And I think there are fewer games more apt for that type of.
I would like to see Call of Duty with that.
Good luck. Moving on, Rime from Tequila Works could have been an Xbox exclusive.
Game. Revealed at Gamescom last year.
Yeah, for the PS4, of course.
Sort of looking game. Yeah, PS4 exclusive.
Yeah. However, it could have been. It was originally greenlit for the Xbox, but then Xbox One is announced and their details, and apparently
they turned it down.
No, it was Tequila themselves that pulled out because they couldn't conform to the Xbox One plan, which is some information that we gained from Tequila Works.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure that is the exact thing. It's more like when the details were announced, they couldn't make it work. I'm not sure that it's actually about what the Xbox One was, or whether the deal was made for something else. Because the form that we saw, of course, was for Xbox 360, the one that leaked, where they looked for funding for the game that was at Echoes of Siren, I think, Sirens. I just think that it could be a case of like, you know, things being a little bit bureaucratic or, you know, something like that as well. It's not necessarily that, you know, it was the DRM or,
no.
You know,
I'll read the quote here from Tequila Works that we got in response. This is a quote from one of the members of Tequila Works, and I quote, "In there," meaning Microsoft Defense, "it has to be said that they didn't pass on it at first. Project had been greenlit, and only when Xbox One plans were made public and the project couldn't adapt, it was decided not to carry on, and we moved in with other publishers." So there, it's not that Xbox One said, we need this.
It sounded like I've been on multiple trips now where they were where it's like it's coming out for PS4, PS3, and Xbox 360 and PC, and they're like, why not Xbox One? And well, they didn't get the console early enough, or things like that. So it seems like Microsoft has been through some problems with the whole development of Xbox One. That
I mean, this is a little bit more interesting because it was actually, like, since they had been greenlit, it was a first-party Microsoft title.
Really?
This was supposed to be an exclusive.
Yeah.
Because that's what it said in the paper. Not maybe first-party, but one of those Microsoft Game Studio published indie games. So it's not like it was just some game that was also coming out on, this was something they were funding. Which is, it's an interesting story because I think Rime is the kind of game that Microsoft would have liked to have had on their platform.
Yeah, it would have been one that would have had on Xbox Live Arcade 5 years ago.
Maybe it was a case of, they wanted $3 million, I think, for the development. Maybe they would have needed more for Xbox One, and they just couldn't come to an agreement on that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something, I don't know.
Could be.
But
anyway, as you can see here on the stream,
looks awesome.
Looks awesome. Coming out PS4, PS3, and PS Vita.
I think isn't it only
PS4?
No,
only PS4, I think, and it's now rumored that it's probably 2015, but we don't really have a date.
Okay. Moving on, we're tight on time here. There's a new Tony Hawk game in the works. Tony Hawk on his own Sirius satellite radio show talked about they're working on a new Tony Hawk. Not a lot of details other than that. He was talking about some sort of motion capture suit and stuff like that.
Okay. I hope that's just for him, that it's not more of that, like, we need to stand on a board or like connect stuff or anything.
I'm pretty sure it's for the animation. And
just putting it out there, that thing with the board, like one of the last Tony Hawk games, let's not do that again.
No. I can feel my nostalgia tingling.
Yeah.
I want to play another
But
Tony Hawk.
did you enjoy the HD?
I played a little bit. I didn't buy it myself, but...
Does it sound like that was a little bit of a disappointment? But yeah, let's get another one. Cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
But make sure you do it proper.
Yeah, I'd like to see a big budget skateboarding game. It's been a little while since we saw one, so why not? And these things go in cycles, so maybe it's time for a comeback.
Yeah, and maybe it's time for another skate as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hint, get on it.
Yeah.
As well, next news piece, there's a new Transformers game coming. Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark has been announced. I believe we have a trailer for it.
And who was making that?
Let me see.
Edge of Reality is making it. So it's not High Moon Studios that have been responsible for the Transformers games in the past, but it's apparently fairly. It has shared some of the things from the Cybertron games, which were well received and popular.
Yeah, and it's coming out on everything.
Everything,
including Wii U
and 3DS, and it's slated for 2014 as well. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming out this summer. To go with the movie.
Okay.
So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's not the Transformers the movie part for the game. It's a separate.
I'll quote here. I'll quote here what they say. Players will be able to switch between the heroes of the noble Autobots and the nefarious Decepticons throughout the single-player campaign. Similar to High Moon Studios' Cybertron entries in the highly regarded series, gameplay features nimble, fast-paced running and gunning combat paired with traversal and vehicle action across open battlefields for large-scale, dynamic conflicts.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a movie tie-in, but it's not following the story of the movie.
Good. I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
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 I don't care about Transformers
did we have the trailer for that, guys? Or what's the trailer? No. Okay, it's not working. Moving on.
We have it on the site.
Yeah, it's on the site, of course, and we have a news piece with further details on the sites.
How are we doing in time?
We have like 6 minutes.
Okay, cool.
So Strike Suit Zero Director's Cut is coming for next-gen consoles. It was wonderful on the PC, so I'm looking forward to it on the next-gen consoles.
Yeah, I think you're getting the director's cut on PC a little bit later.
Yeah.
But it's coming on PS4 and Xbox One in March. It's nice to see these indies getting a little bit of space to promote their games on the new platforms this early on, because there aren't a lot of games out, so they'll have some space to sort of get there, and I think they're tweaking a few things.
Yeah, I mean, according to his quote I'm gonna read here, they address most of what Mike Holmes of Gamereactor EU complained about in his review of the game on PC. Quote here: the director's cut features a restructured campaign, particularly relating to the first few missions, allowing the player to get in the cockpit of the strike suit much earlier, with an adapted story and all new dialogue. We've also given the game a complete graphical overhaul, including upscaled ships and updated textures and lighting. We've also included the Heroes of the Fleet mission pack and both the Marauder and Raptor strike suits. We've taken a year's worth of comments and suggestions on board too, directly addressing the points of our community and critics. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it. Moving on. Last up here, running on 5 minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about Titanfall.
Okay. Again.
Yes.
Again. The beta was this week.
We promise we'll take a break until the release.
Until it's out. Yeah. Are you leaving, Bengt?
but that seems like
I had to let the dog out on the balcony.
It seems like I get why people have been tired, but it has been what everybody's been talking about. It's been what everyone wants to talk about, and people have been asking for content, gameplay, and all that stuff. While the beta has been here, and now it's over.
Yeah, I mean there were a couple of stories featured during the week. I'll just run through them here. Some hackers, you could call it, went through the config files on the PC and found evidence of there being 15 maps in total.
Including the training ground thing.
Including the training grounds.
Yeah. Of course. They also found the perks, I think?
Yeah, they found up to 50 burn cards listed. Burn cards, of course, are these perks that you run per life during matches. Then, of course, we caught some cheaters on the PC version.
Did we?
Rasmus. I don't know if we have that video. Actually, it'd be nice to get that. But yeah.
Okay. But what happened there?
Yeah, basically they were using speed boost.
Okay.
And
so they could run faster. Or?
Yeah. They were moving unnaturally fast.
Yeah.
Even for Titanfall.
I mean, way fast. It was like they had, the boost capability. You have 2 boosts
during the Titan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it seemed like they just had that on constantly.
Infinite,
but that I've heard people think that when they see me play.
No, but you can see in the video. I don't know if you guys can pull it down off our channel and put that up, but
we have it on the site as well.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'll check that out after.
And let me see if I can open this link.
Yeah, there was the art book as well that hinted at
like
monsters.
Monsters, space monsters. Yeah. No confirmation.
I mean, we haven't seen much of the multiplayer campaign. Possibly something that could be in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know how if there is going to be a story. There was a little bit of a story when you do the training mission in the beginning. But yeah, I mean the game is coming out soon, so we'll get a lot of answers soon enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay now that we would take a little bit of a break from Titanfall, and then we can get back into it when the game comes. I guess that's smart for them that way to do the beta, because it's like, okay, we have a couple of days left of the beta, or it's like a week in whole. They're just like, I need to play it now while it's here.
But yeah, I mean, there were a couple of tidbits that we rounded up in a news piece on the site that would be nice to check out. IGN got their hands on a copy of The Art of Titanfall, which is filled with these huge monsters. So are we going to see that in the game? I hope so. That would be nice. Then there was talk about the 360 version, which is not being developed by Respawn Entertainment, which is making all the other versions of the game. But apparently that's coming along nicely, according to Respawn themselves.
They posted that on Twitter.
So...
and that's coming out 2 weeks after Xbox One and PC.
I thought it was actually delayed longer. That's pretty good news then.
Yeah, I think it's just 2 weeks.
Yeah, and of course there were a lot of complaints about issues during the beta,
It's
well,
like, it's a beta.
no shit, it's a beta.
But the thing about that is, it is close to release, so that I could get people being a little bit worried. Like, it's always like when the beta is that close to launch, it's not really a beta.
Well, I mean, it's a beta, but not perhaps for the larger things. It's a beta for little technical back-end things, for the servers, for things like that.
Maybe we'll avoid day one problems. Yeah,
well, I mean, I you know, those are always difficult to avoid anyway. But I felt the experience was pretty decent for a beta.
Yeah, I don't think we had. I don't remember having any problems actually.
Now we played it as well on the Xbox One. It froze 2 or 3 times and crashed.
But I mean, again, I've played games that were out that had bigger problems.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for the news.
Yes.
Thank you for joining, Bengt. It was
best of luck with the GR Friday nights.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Remember, Bengt, there's double XP this weekend if you want to level up your...
I thought we were going to make it through without the news. But yes, if you go on the PC, on Steam, there's free weekend on Call of Duty Ghosts and double XP across platforms.
Yeah. Any platform, there's double XP. On Xbox 360, they're launching the micro DLC stuff today, I think.
Oh yeah, the customization items and stuff.
Yeah. And then next week is next Friday. Today we're going to play on 360. Next week we're going to play on PS3, and next week is when the first DLC Onslaught is launching on PS3 and PS4. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
Right.
And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to Bengt. And
we'll turn on the 360.
Yes, boot up the 360 and invite our users to come and battle it out.
And of course, if you haven't heard yet, TCM Gaming, the UK pro team, are going to join us for part of it. You can win the right to play against them and win stuff.
Bye, Bengt.
Bye.
Click.
We're always so polite with kicking people out.
I should have just hung up.
All right, I'm going to put this on and see.
And with that, I'm going to open up the chat. Of course, I haven't been able to monitor that. I mean, I can only do so much. So let's boot up the chat and see what...
Yeah.
Sullivan,
can you switch over to the 360? So how it's going to work today is, of course, you need to sign up like usual. All the details on the Facebook page. The way it works is, shortly you need to send an email before and then add Gamereactor, add GR Friday Nights on 360.
Lean back, your autofocus.
Yeah, I'm just sorting the wires. We'll try to get this to work proper, but there's a lot of technical stuff with getting headsets to work through the 360 and the stream and all that stuff. So apologies if there's technical issues.
Yes.
But basically we're running 3 rounds of Blitz in the esports mode that they're running in the competition, in all the LAN events, and we'll be running that in at Call of Duty Championship in LA.
Yeah.
Playing the 3 maps. We'll play 4 and 4, so 8 people will be selected for each map. The winning team will then be split up in 2, and we'll play 4 and 4 with TCM. So 2 TCM players, 2 of you guys on each team, and that's how it's gonna work. We're gonna do that 3 times, so 6 maps in all. The people who win the map and get to play with TCM, those 4 players will win a code.
For micro DLC.
Micro DLC or something else. We'll see exactly what will be. I've gotten some micro DLC codes, but you might get a code for something else.
Yeah.
I have some DLC 1 codes for Onslaught as well. So
yes. I believe we also have headsets to give out.
Yes. The other thing that will happen, I'm not sure we're giving out headsets now. We'll see about that. You'll win something when we play the 4 and 4. You guys are playing that. The highest scoring player, that can be on the winning team or on the losing team. He will win a code, and let me just think. That is a season pass this time, and maybe a headset. We can't confirm we have enough. I have to check that we have enough of those headsets.
Also, we are rounding up a competition for Siberia headset. Maybe we switch to the Xbox 360 too soon.
Yeah, maybe we should do that first, but I want to see, I can see we got
We'll do it at the end of the stream instead.
Let's do that. We've picked the winner in that competition. I'm just going to add a lot of friends. I see TCM is on here, so that's
awesome.
That is good.
And as always, a lot of members here of Team Propane.
Solfin, go away from this. Solfin, thank you.
Yeah, and of course we have to mention to all of our Nordic viewers and gamers that you should be playing right here, right now, because the highest scoring player in any of the rounds goes into the leaderboard to be able to win a golden ticket for you and a friend to go to Los Angeles for the Call of Duty Championships.
And see the action.
See the action.
It's not to compete, it's to hang out and stuff, yeah.
Rub shoulders with the best, and hotel and...
It's including plane and hotel, food you have to pay for yourself, and if I would win, then transportation from here to Copenhagen Airport I would have to pay for myself.
Yeah. Flying out of Copenhagen.
But yeah, so we're running 4 events now. This is the second one, 2 on 360, 2 on PS3. And at the end, we'll see who has had the highest score in a round of Blitz.
Yeah.
And that will be the person winning.
So this is the last chance for you Xbox 360 players.
Yeah. But this is only for Nordic. No matter where you're from, you can win the codes. But to compete in Golden Ticket, it's...
Nordic only.
Yeah, for now.
And that's not from us, that's from Activision, who supplied us with the Golden Ticket.
To prove all these. So be ready out there. We're going to start up. Oh, I'm actually having problems connecting now. That's great. Let's see. Get the TCM players on here.
Yes. TCM, BenQ, Madcat. Yeah, they actually have BenQ in their gamer tags. Sponsor. That's nice.
See 3 of them on here. Let's see what was the name of the last guy. We have Gunshi, I think, wasn't on there. Gunshi, Moose, SmartQB, and Madcat are the 4 players on TCM. So a lot of people asking for invites. That's not going to help. I'm going to try to pick random people.
Yeah.
But
we try to keep it fair and balanced.
Let me see if I can hear stuff in the headset first. Yeah, I'm going to start inviting people now randomly.
So you can hear in the headset?
I'm going to check that with people in the lobby.
I just want to hear from our tech crew if they also have gameplay and running audio. I'm
just going to invite people first. And of course, you are not the biggest Call of Duty fan, but you had a little bit of an experience doing this thing last time.
Yeah. And, I can click buttons and see who's killing who. I mean, that's not rocket science.
So yeah, we're playing the same 3 maps that you were last time.
Yeah.
The 3 maps that are...
Oh, and you should put yourself as a codcaster?
Yes, I'll do that just in a second. Yes. I think that's turned on already, isn't it?
You can see a little camera next to your name.
Oh, Huse is trying to join.
Who's the expert now?
I'm going to kick you. You're not going to be invited yet. Okay, so...
And that was actually Hisse, who is on top of the leaderboard right now.
Yes. And that's the other thing. To win the headsets and codes and stuff, you don't need to be 18. But to win the trip to the US, you need to be 18 as well.
Obviously.
And that's how it is. I actually don't know. How do I turn off that people can just join?
Game setup.
I think it's in there.
Yeah. Join in progress. No, that's not it.
No, I don't think that's it. But we'll test the sound. Can you hear me? So the mic is not on. Just see here. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
There's no. Yeah, there's a bubble next to your name.
So it should work.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think it's out in the dashboard that we actually have to do this.
Well, I'll just run through this again then for you people logging in, signing up, checking up. We just started our GR Friday nights portion of this Friday's episode, and we are running, of course, Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox 360. We're running 2 competitions simultaneously. First, we have DLC codes for any of the members that are at the top during any round, and that is globally. However, we're also running the Golden Ticket competition within the Nordics, which the top Nordic gamer in any match, we're running it through now for 4 GR Friday nights. We've run 1 on the Xbox 360. This is Xbox 360 again. The next 2 will be PS3, and then the overall top scorer of any single round will be sent to Los Angeles on Activision's dime with the golden ticket. Him and a friend, her and a friend, them and a friend.
Hey, Mad Cat, can you hear me?
Is that working?
That's, I will just want to see if it works. I'm not sure. I can't hear a lot in here.
Yeah, the lobby is filling up.
But I'm actually gonna...
You can throw up the gameplay now up on the screen again. We're done inviting
this
people.
This shows how good I'm
and we're playing, of course, Blitz, and we're gonna start on the freight map.
Hey. Oh, this is really
with
annoying.
esports rules.
That is super annoying.
What, you can't take down the volume on that?
There's like interference. I'm gonna take this out, see if that helps. All right. I'm just gonna message. Solvin, can you go away from this and get a camera on?
Yeah. And while I pan out for time again, I'll go to the chat. Branko is talking about that he just got our print magazine today, which brings me to that.
This is of course super annoying.
Print magazines are on the street from all the different countries. We're in the UK, we're in Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland. Did I say UK? And Germany. And
all right,
you should definitely check that out.
All right, TCM guys, sorry I invited you too early, actually.
You're speaking very loudly.
So we'll do one round and then invite you in about 10 minutes. All right, cheers guys.
How's it going? What will we do? Like, is it
4v4 in Blitz. We're playing on Freight.
So yes. Yeah, we're almost done setting up the first round here.
We need one more guy in here. Let's see who we don't have. There's something with the sound that's super annoying. Let's see.
Well, disable the sound in the headset. I'll turn up the TV and you'll just use the microphone.
Yeah.
You still need that for the microphone.
Do I?
Yeah. Turn up the TV here a little bit.
So I'll do the what you see at LAN events. But shouldn't I be able to take this out then? Think they can hear me?
No.
But I don't need...
Yes, you don't need the headphones one, you need the microphone one and then the one that goes to the...
All right, we're trying this, we'll see how it works. Let's see how many we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 4, this looks good. We're playing esports rules, everyone, so if you want to change your classes...
do so right now.
Yeah, so you don't have stuff on that you're not allowed to use. I'm just going to check that we're playing Freight first. Not allowed to join in progress, no intermission. 4 and 4. Everything looks good, we agree?
Yep.
All right, so I've been swapped to the...
Get the gameplay up and let's get this show on the road.
Good luck, everyone. Starting now. And we'll see if I can. Now you showed how good you are at it last time. We'll see if I can.
Yep.
As I actually haven't used this yet, but I heard that it's okay. But there's still some of the features missing.
Okay.
I
had no problems with it.
No, but it's more like there wasn't all the functionalities not there. There's not the same level of control with map and all that.
That's true, maybe.
So we'll see here. 4 and 4 looks good. And we can see the scoreboard up there, yeah. First person. And
Chronic Fixer. The Mad Bomber. Okay.
So the good thing about enabling esports rules here for us is that then it says the time limit and all that stuff, how it is when they play. And one of the things that's different is that when you play, even just in clan versus clan, when you get to 8 caps from each side, you play from both sides, so there's no like which side is better. If you get to 8, that round is over. But here there's no score limit, so you can get destroyed 4-0 if you're unlucky enough. So here we have the different players, and of course Hus is here. So he if he wins, he won't get another code, but he'll have a chance to up his score.
Yeah. So he's basically playing for the leaderboard for the golden ticket, which he is currently dominating.
And for the fun, and to play against
TCM later on in the show.
He'll be able to win codes there.
Yep. Didn't start out so well for him though.
No, we'll see.
Ran around the first corner and just got annihilated.
Oh, we'll see a kill here. And of course, the thing about Blitz, if you haven't played it before, it's kind of like capture the flag, but without the flag. Instead of when you jump where the flag would be, instead of having to run it back, you just teleport it back to your own spawn, and you get a point.
Yeah.
And a thing that I've noticed that also pro players do.
Oh, that was a nice move by Rafax there. That was nice.
We'll see when TCM gets on here, and maybe they can teach us something. Is that it's not always the best to shoot someone. Yeah. Sometimes it's better to run past. If I can run behind you and you don't see me, then you think, okay, we're good, and then I can sneak a score instead of killing.
Yeah. I have to say, Raf here is
2-1 so far.
One of the better players I've seen. At least
pull up.
In his current run.
He is
right
number
now.
1 on the scoreboard. We can see overall, Comics Vixen is doing well, 3-3. Fairly even game so far, and of course there is a spawn delay here. So, see who should we take a look at? Let's see this guy. If he's
FML laser truck.
I see a lot of guys using
running in 4th place,
using SMGs here. Of course.
There's one thing about this game mode as well is that okay, it's fun to run around and get a good KD ratio. But that's not what it's about. No, it's about getting the points and capture.
You need people doing both, but I tend to often actually not really go for kills and have a very bad KD when I play Blitz, but I usually get a lot of caps. Because it's about winning, and you get a lot of points from doing that as well. You see there, he goes for the kill. No, he sneaks past. There.
Oh, blindsided by on the left there.
See how Hus is doing. He gets taken out as well. Move over to Harmo 95. Gets a kill. And one of the things about this level is there's a lot of these stores that you can open and close. So you see here the door was closed into their area, and then you chose to open it but run the other way around, and you can kind of dupe people that way. Chronic Fixer is in here. 4-3, very even match. A little over 2 minutes left. So here's number 1 on his team, gets taken out. Let's see, Sir Danor, let's find him. There we have him, number 1 on the leaderboard. 14-7 and 1 cap. Sir Dano, okay. 5-3. Blue team, the Ghosts are in the lead, and he's actually, meets 2 guys. Got 1. 6-4, it's pretty good, Matt. But of course, we have a minute and a half left here, but we're going to flip and flip sides, so we're only about halfway here, actually.
Yeah.
But the Ghosts are in the lead, 7-4. So it's very interesting now. I'm really looking forward to it, because of course I can sit here and pretend I know a lot of stuff, and I do fairly well, but it's whole different level when we get the TCM guys on here to see how they do and what tactics they're using. And they, of course, are in the whole qualification as well for COD champs. So
which is why we moved the PS3 GR Friday nights over because we wanted to be able to have them join us. And there
was actually also the thing with the codes. We get 360 codes now because of the micro DLC we can give away today.
Yep.
And then next week we're getting
the PS3.
We're getting codes for Onslaught that we can give away to you PS3 guys. So with this we could actually give away more stuff as well.
Yeah. Which is always nice.
Yeah. Rounding down 8-6. Let's swap.
Yeah. For those of you out there watching, as you can see here on the stream, you can still have a chance to add us.
8-7.
Geo Friday nights on Xbox
super
Live.
close. Are they gonna get one here? He's waiting for it. And the thing you can see what he does here is if you lie on your own portal, then people can't cap. Then they have to kill you. So you kind of block it.
Okay.
But of course you're very out in the open when you do it. So it's not just like, I mean, it has consequences as well. 8-7. All right, let's see here. See the overview here. Comics Vixen. Go with this guy and see what he does off the break.
So this is round 2.
Yeah.
Flipped sides.
Yes.
Same
5
teams.
minutes on each side. Nice kill. Defend his portal.
Yes.
We see a guy on, if you look at the map, sneaking around actually. We'll see if we can find him. Here we have him. Going on the ground, sneaking up. And he actually, instead of trying to kill people, he just snuck past them and now he's going for the cap.
Going for the cap. That's points.
Spawns back. Couldn't defend his own, almost could defend his own portal. Oh, gets taken
in the face.
Let's see here. We're following. And it really is that balance, and it'll be interesting to see how TCM play. Of course, they are not. We've decided to not have them play one team because that probably is not going to be very fair and very interesting.
No, so we'll mix it up instead.
But it'll be interesting to see how they play. If they can coach the two players that they get that are not pros to play, because you need people who play defense, people who play offense, people who go for kills, and people who play the objective. 10-10. This is a very close game.
And we're also going to be playing Blitz with TCM Gaming.
Yes, we're going to be playing Blitz all through this. It is one of the competitive game modes, and this is one of the more action-packed ones. We're looking at search as well, but that's when people die, it can be a little bit more slow-paced.
You want the action.
Yeah, and I think it's different if it's pro players. That would probably be fun to watch some search with the pros, but when it's not pros, it might be more fun. 12-10.
Who's dominating the leaderboard in points right now?
So Dano is again, and then Chronic Fixer. Interesting that it's not Hyse and Comic Vixen who has been here before.
It's Chronic Fixer.
Let's go with the #1 guy here. Oh, should we go Chronic Fixer?
Yeah.
Who's #1 on the other team? Yeah. 24
and he's 12. Leading overall as well.
So he's going to be the guy who wins the
code.
The code right here. But if you look at the score, yeah, it's his team as well that's in the lead. Who's going to play TCM? So let's remember that. You can see it looks like two guys are actually in a clan together, FML, but they ended up on different teams. 13-10, still possible to catch up. You see actually Comic Vixen having a pretty high score as well. And I think both those scores are actually good enough to be on the leaderboard. But of course you have to be 18, so if you're not 18, even if you have been put on the leaderboard, you're going to be picked off.
I mean, we of course wish that we could just send everybody and whoever, but this is going to have to go through our legal department. Yeah. And
through
if you don't fit the terms and conditions as outlined on facebook.com/GRFridayNights, you will not get the prize. Sorry, that's just, we have to abide by the law, and that's how it rolls. So there's no sneaking past that.
No. And I'm just looking at the time now. I think we're going to go a little bit over time today, just with how long a map takes.
Yeah.
But we'll try to go through it quickly. 16-12. It's going to be tough to get back now. Let's take a look at Sardano, who's number 1 on the other team. He gets another cap. Going for it. It's not over yet. You can do it. Of course, as you can see, there's a 10-second delay on it after every cap. So potentially you could get 3 caps in 30 seconds. But 4 now with almost down to 40 seconds left. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. And
it's
impossible by now.
It's over, yeah. So let's write down. It's Fixa, Vixen. I'm just going to...
Yeah, Chronic Fixa, Comics Vixen, Raf, and FML Laser Truck will be playing with
right down here,
TCM.
So I can remember. Fixa, Vixen. Of course, we're gonna have a proper record of this afterwards, but just to remember it now. And Laser Truck. All right.
And running down the last second now, and it is all over. Highest scoring player is Chronic Fixa with 3,130.
New record.
That might make the leaderboard actually.
I can promise you it'll be on the leaderboard, but I might actually be number 1.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. It was up. Maybe it was 3,400, but it's up there at least.
Yeah, we'll get that locked down a little bit later, but congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah. And with winning all the codes, I'll just see when we get in the lobby.
Yeah, we can take down the Add Us banner now.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for playing. The 4 people on the winning team. I'll do a new lobby. I'll contact you about codes. You'll probably get it on Monday. But thanks for playing.
And stick around to play with TCM.
Yes. So the winning team, I'll invite to play with TCM in just a little bit. So stay tuned. I can't hear what they're saying at all, but we'll see how that works. Private match, invite.
Chronic Fixa. And Comics Vixen. FML Laser Truck.
And there was...
Raf X. And then, of course, we're inviting TCM.
I'm just going to invite here.
There's 1 left in TCM, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he added me on Xbox Live. Enable eSport rules. Can you turn up the audio a little bit so we can hear it? See, everybody's here. Yeah. All right, TCM guys, do you want to do just random, or do you want to pick who you get on your team? And do you know who's going to be who of you is going to be together?
Can you hear them?
No, I can't hear.
Okay, plug them in.
Let's see if this works. Audio problems. Okay, so I guess you guys who just are lucky enough now to play with TCM, you can pick if you want. If not, we'll just do random. All right. Sounds good. Everybody ready? Cool. I'll start it now.
Are we going on the same map?
Yeah, we're doing the same map.
Okay.
Great, I'll start it. Good luck.
So yes, here we go.
I'm actually pretty excited.
Yeah, the winners of the previous round actually getting to play with and against members of
guaranteed
TCM Gaming.
a prize and get to play with TCM.
Exactly.
We're looking at, can we get enough codes to like the winning team on here? We'll get it. or how we'll do it, but we'll actually manage to get codes for everyone. So we'll see if it works here. Yeah, looks good. So Josh and Mad Cat together, and Market B and Moose.
Yes.
Is together. I think Josh is the guy who's also called Gunshi.
Yeah, pretty sure.
We'll see. We should jump on board with. Should we do Market B?
Yeah, let's start out with Market B, and
we'll see how the pros do it.
Yeah, starting in 27 seconds. This is actually quite exciting.
The only thing now that you get better when you actually watch like LAN events is the whole listening, where they have multiple sound systems, so you can actually swap around and we could hear what they were saying and hear the tactics. But I think for now, maybe we'll do that at a later point. But this is interesting enough to see how they play. We'll see if who is actually, because I think the 4 TCM players are fairly even. Of course, you can have a good day and a bad day. What will really matter is how well do you coach your amateur players.
Yeah, like, do you send them out to capture point and you try to suppress the other team, or the other way around?
And of course, one thing now in Ghost compared to previous, Market B goes straight for cap, is that the kill streaks you can use, you can only use the specialist kill streak type. So none of the crazy helicopters or, turrets or anything up in the air.
And Market B gets taken out.
Let's do another TCM. Let's go with Moose. See what he does.
And he goes empty without hitting the target.
So you can see what it looks like they've done. Market B is going to be the one going for the caps, and Moose is playing defense. So they've swapped up their roles. So they have a pro player on each type.
Yeah.
Oh, gets a kill on a teammate. There was another TCM player going down there, and you got another guy there. Of course, you can see the kill feed down in the lower right corner. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna hide the helper so we can see that proper. Oh, he's going off right now.
Did you say lower right corner?
Yeah, lower right corner.
Yeah, that's where your face is on the stream.
Oh, that's true.
let's pop away the cameras and just keep our audio on and focus on the gameplay here.
If you want, you can put us in the lower left. There's no important information down there, but you definitely want to take a look at the kill feed in the lower right. See, Laser Truck got a kill on Market B. That's got to be, even if you're losing and even if you're going to get destroyed, you can see how the players are doing on the leaderboard. If you get a kill on one of the pro players, you got to be a little bit like, I got him. Actually, see in the top there, Iraf is the #1 scoring player on his team in kills. Hasn't gotten any caps. 3-1 to the Federation team. We should probably go. Should we jump on board with Josh?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's also follow a couple of the users and see how they're holding up.
Yeah, let's do Iraf. He was doing
pretty damn good.
He's actually been jumped. He's been pushed down very quickly now. Market B went on a tear.
Yeah, he was there in the second place.
But you can see it's fairly even scores up there.
And he
gets stunned. Oh, does he go for the kill? See, this is where I would recommend I would not have shot there.
Yeah.
Because now they know he's in the enemy spawn, and they're going to go back. You can see on the map, they're going back trying to find him. They know he's going to go for cap. See there.
Oh, and he gets the kill.
Who was that on? Iraf. That was actually on Josh, one of the pro players. So, but he gets. See, in the end, he gets taken out.
Yeah. If he would have just run for the cap, he would have gotten an easy score. Yeah. Because of course, in Blitz, you get more points for a cap than you do get for a kill.
But yeah, and I mean, it's not even about that. It's often the team with most kills could win, but it's not about kills. It's not team deathmatch. So it doesn't really matter if the other team has more kills. If you get caps and can sneak by, that's
nice.
way better. Yeah, he's doing pretty well now. Chronic Fixer, let's jump.
Yeah, let's check out Chronic Fixer here.
Let's see who we got. There he is. He's going for another cap.
Like the decal on his gun, and the matching with the background there.
So he's just waiting here now. Oh, 2-piece.
Oh, 2 out of 3 ain't bad though. 2 out of 3
gets taken out by Mad Cat. So I want to see one of the pro players now. Let's check out moves here. Gets hit markers with the stuns. This guy hiding. Oh, he gets stunned himself and gets taken out. But that was by Josh. So,
yeah, but still got an assist there.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna jump on board with. Let's see, who do you want to see? I want to see Market B.
Yeah.
5-3. Gets taken out. Let's jump to the next one. Josh. Josh number 1 on the leaderboard overall.
Yeah.
On a 3-kill streak, 13-10.
And goes
2
in
caps
for
now.
the cap. I'd like to see what FML Laser Truck is up to. We haven't seen him during this match.
Okay, let's see here. Number 2 on his team.
Yeah.
Mad Cat is struggling a little bit.
And
but
he's
maybe
waiting
just
for
playing.
the cap to regen.
There it is. Ooh,
Oh.
No, but I think that was his own one, wasn't it? So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's his
So
defense.
there's somebody waiting in the cap?
No, he's defending it.
Yeah.
So he's playing defense. It's a good
Nobody
way to rank up
around,
kills.
but
See him, he's the white arrow on the map up there, so he's trying to sneak around.
Yeah.
They have a lot of people in defense. You can see the yellow arrow is...
and on his left.
Is watching. Oh, he actually managed to
and he
get
made
it with 3 players in the
that
building.
was impressive. And the round is over.
5-6. They swap. See there, he managed to sneak. And that's the thing when you're in that room in there. You can only watch one end really because you need to be ready. And people are so fast. A lot of people are also running like marathon and agility that makes your character run faster and more sprinting. And that just makes it really hard to like actually get them before they go in there. And they often do the knee slide into the zone. Okay, Laser Truck. Oh, he's swapping weapons now. Let's see. But I'm gonna go with Comic Vixen. We haven't followed him a lot. Interesting to see on the Ghost team that is in front. Chronic Fixer and IRAF are the 2 people in front. But if you look at why, it's actually not because of the kills. It's because they're doing the cap. So maybe they found out that TCM players are playing defense and going for the kills, and then they can just send out the other guys to try to get some caps. Oh, saw a guy there. Did you see him?
Well, he cut some of his bullets. You should have seen him. Oh, and he looks away just as he runs the corner.
Let's go on with IRAP. It looks like he's going for a cap. Yes, gets it. 2 caps, but a Chronic Fixer with 5 caps. Interesting to see a lot of people are running with the MTAR, the same SMG, which I think is the best SMG.
Yeah. If you look at the Ghost team, the KD ratio between the pro players and our 2 Gamereactor users is actually not that far off.
No.
And of course the users leading in caps, because as you say, the pro players seem to be hanging back at the cap defending. But
the Federation team seems to be going a little bit of a different route.
Yeah.
Josh has 3 caps. Moose goes for a cap here. 9-6 to the Ghost team. See, maybe this is a way to show off and get picked up by a pro team. You never know.
Hey, you never know. On the entire Ghost team dead right now.
Oh, just managed to see Josh get a kill there.
And he gets taken out by Bengt. No, Bengt. Marky B, I meant to say.
Let's see Josh here. He was in the enemy spawn, and he couldn't cap because of the delay, so he got a little bit of problem there. Let's see, he sneaks around again. Oh, he managed to sneak. If you look on the map, he's behind everyone.
Oh,
but he gets spotted. So let's see, who else can we follow? Let's see, Mad Cat gets a kill. 21 and 15, that's probably the best KD up there right now. No caps. Let's follow him a little bit. 10-7 to the Ghost team. Oh, gets taken out again. Let's swap to the next player. Laser Truck.
The Laser Truck currently in 3rd place in the Federation team. 5 kills, 11 deaths, 3 caps.
He's one of the few who's actually using the Bison. A different SMG. Oh, is it the Bison? He's using a different one at least. He's playing a little bit of defense now. And it looks like there's an enemy player actually on the top level that sneaks down now and gets the cap. Nice sneaky play. Who was that? Very nice. Chronic Fixer here, number 1 on his team with 6 caps. Trying to sneak past. If you look on the map, is anybody watching the right side? No. There's actually, looks like he can just run in.
Oh, and he's about to meet up. Oh, and there we go. Met up with Mad Cat there.
Let's see here. IRAF holding up. He goes for the kill on the TCM player. Does he go for the cap? He managed to get in there.
Nice one.
14-7 now. They're running away with it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing when you get in this situation. I don't think it's mathematically possible anymore. And even if it is, this is the sort of time where it does sometimes run away, because you need to, when you're down like 4 or 5 caps with a couple minutes left, you need to risk it all to make it, and that's where you can either make it or you have a big chance of
failing completely.
Yeah, you just gotta have, take that risk. He's waiting upstairs here. See if you can sneak down the stairs. Is anybody down there? There is a player.
But
again,
he
doesn't go for the
goes
kill.
for the cap. Well played.
I wonder if there will be a little bit of banter between the TCM players after this, but of course they have 2 matches left.
Yeah.
Let's see here, 30 seconds left. See, this is where in a pro tournament you would probably just end it because it's over. But we'll let the
and here we have 2 TCM players. All the TCM players are running the leaderboards on both teams actually. Here, this is where they earn their money.
See, who do you want to see? Maybe go with Moose, who's at the top of the leaderboard. See if we can find him. Did he die? Trying to swap through all of them. A little bit of chaos.
And the round is over. FML Laser Truck just misses the cap there, right at the end.
Solvin, you are getting sound, right?
Yeah, only can.
Okay.
So there we go. The Federation has it. 17-9.
Yes.
Not as big of a loss as I thought it was heading out to be, but still quite convincing.
All right, good game, guys.
GG.
All right, we'll end this lobby and do another one. So we'll see if we can find players who haven't. Kirby and Beef hasn't played before. Let's see, invite to party. Chronic Fixer, let's do the other one first. Teddy Bear, did we have him?
No. It's from the same team as Laser Truck.
IRAF, we have.
Let's get some propane guys in here.
Let's get some propane in there.
Yeah.
Slayer.
And of course add TCM back.
No, but we'll do another game without them first.
Oh, so okay, that's how we're playing it.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey guys, let's see, we need a couple more. I'm gonna go do private match. So now, of course, we're doing the same game type.
Blitz, but on a different map.
Let's see which one I put them in the order. It's the maps you're playing when you're playing the pro stuff. So we are doing Octane next. Do we need one more? Is anyone we haven't invited?
Purpo.
Yeah, I invited him already.
Okay.
Varmsaft, I already invited him.
Maverick.
Let's see.
So we got enough now. We got 9 players.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this
remember to put yourself as Codcaster.
Yes, true. Everybody ready?
Yes.
I can't. Why can't I do this?
I don't know.
This is weird.
I need to
enable esports rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like I'm already on. Yeah, it's on.
And you.
No bots.
No bots.
Everybody ready? I see 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 1 too many. Who joined in the end? Too bad, Pooh. You will have to do it next round. Sorry, guys. So 4 and 4, random teams. Good luck. Again, winning team gets to play TCM. Highest scoring player gets a code, and the winning team gets prizes as well. Good luck.
A code for what?
Some DLC, probably the micro DLC, but we'll see what Activision can give us.
Okay.
All right, everybody ready?
Yes.
All right.
And of course, just to reiterate, the player with the highest score during any round during our 4-year Friday nights that we're doing, the 2 Xbox ones and the 2 PS3 ones. That the leader at what was the date in March?
The 7th, I think.
7th.
It's the Friday. It's not next Friday, but the Friday after that.
And then we're announcing the winner.
We'll do that live in the stream. We'll find a winner there.
Yes, who within the Nordic players will get
who's 18.
Who is 18 will get the golden ticket to go to Los Angeles with a friend and watch the Call of Duty Championships in Los Angeles and rub shoulders with the giants of the Call of Duty community,
including me,
including Nick, who will be there with his camera, sticking it in your face.
Yeah. And how these events work this week, every Friday we're running 3 games, which is the second game now. We'll write down the scores. The best scores gets on the leaderboard in the end. As Dori says, the winner, the highest score overall over all Fridays will win the trip. But what we're doing now is the winning team gets to play TCM in the same map. We're playing Blitz. As you just saw, we played Freight before, now we're playing Octane. So the winning team here will get to play Octane Blitz against TCM or with TCM on the 2 teams. And the #1 scoring player, who should probably make the leaderboard. We don't know if he'll enough to win the trip, but he'll win a prize. Winning team will win, high scoring player will win another thing. So the high scoring player can be on the losing team. That's the way it works. And we're started, so let's jump into Caribbean Beef.
Press B.
Press B, that is true.
Yeah, to hide the helper.
We want to see the kill feed.
Exactly.
Warm Saft is on a good... Propane is... Slayer is playing defense here. See, Warm Saft. Let's go with him. 3-0, going for the cap. He's just watching his corners. Does he get it? He gets it. He actually gets shot, but managed to get the cap. And for people who don't speak, I'm assuming he's Danish. I don't know if it's the same in Swedish, but Warm Saft means hot lemonade.
Hot juice.
Let's see here. He sees one of the players playing defense. He goes for the kill. Let's see if that was a good
Playing
choice.
very aggressively and
gets a score.
It paid off.
I think Warm Saft is actually going for the leaderboard now.
Yeah.
He's thinking, it's
he
not just
kills,
about winning.
He needs, yeah.
Oh, he's quick. Let's see, he goes for another. He jumps up again in the motel building, and it goes another way down the stairs.
Oh,
he gets spotted.
He's been spotted by 2 players.
Can he juke?
Oh,
gets taken
close,
out.
But no cigar.
Let's see who else we have here. Harmonix is #2 in his team, 4-2. No caps. So actually the only caps we have now is by Warm Saft.
And he's doing pretty damn well, already up to 600 points.
Yeah.
And
only a minute and a half gone, so that's pretty good. But they might be playing a little bit more defense now after the scene how well he did. Oh, he managed to sneak through, gets shot at, but actually managed to slide into the portal and dies on the other side. I love when that happens. Especially when it's me. If I shoot a guy and I see he died on the other side, then I'm not happy. Let's see here. So we actually have 2 propane players on one team and 1 on the other. Following Slayer here. He's playing a little bit of defense, but doesn't manage to protect the base well enough. They get a score. Let's see what else we have here. We have Propane Maiden. So clan members of the same. Oh, we do have 3 players in the defense here, so he's gonna have a rough time. Yeah, gets taken out.
It's brother versus brother here on GR Friday nights as Propane stacks up against Propane.
Here, Teddy Bear. He will meet up. Oh, he sneaks. He goes for the sneak. Let's see. Oof, rough. Propane Maiden in strip club. Sees a guy, takes him out. Yes, but they're aware of him now. Gas. Too bad. Let's see Warm Saft. He is. Oh, let's see Propane Links here. Warm Saft definitely in the lead here. 9 and 7, so not as good kill wise. He's died a lot, but still #1 on the leaderboard. I guess people can actually, if you're watching the stream and you're not competing yourself, look at who is doing well, what gets the most points. Is that the caps, or is that playing defense and going for the kills?
Yeah.
See,
Warm Saft seems to be doing
still in the lead, but you see how Harmonix is catching up now, and Teddy Bear and the other team. All with 2 caps and about the same amount of kills.
And he's playing very aggressively. He's sprinting non-stop.
Yeah. The thing is, it doesn't really matter if you die. It's as long as you get kills and get caps, it's okay. You die a lot. Where like if you're playing something like TDM, if you get kills to the other team, then you're feeding them.
Yeah.
So then it matters. It's good to not. Then it's a matter of having a positive KD. Where here it doesn't really matter if you die a lot, as long as you kill as well.
Yeah. Let's check out Harmonix95, who's catching up to Wormsoft right now.
And he's playing a little bit of defense, protecting his zone. Going towards Strip Club, no one is there. All the players on the Ghost team is actually playing a little bit of defense now. But actually we see a player on the top right of the map. He's like sneaking around. Let's see, does he get the cap? Sneaks around. No one sees him. Goes for the cap and gets it.
Yeah, we have a user here in the stream, saying that the stream is laggy and that is not his connection. Sorry, bro. I would have to say that it probably is, because we also have a very fast line, and our telemetrics right here are saying that the stream is running just fine for a change. So,
and while we've been talking, Harmonix has caught up and is actually #1 now.
Yes.
But let's see, who do you want?
Waiting for the cap.
Let's see when the round ends. 6-6. Not a lot of caps in this round, but completely even. Maybe we'll actually only have time for one more round with TCM. We'll see if we'll do 3 then.
Yeah.
Because it's almost 6 o'clock and there isn't a lot of
We could also just do one with random players, and the highest scoring player there gets the code instead of doing a qualifying round.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
We're being asked here in the chat by Indian Cobra and what's up for next week. We've just locked down the schedule for the most part.
I think it is locked now, what has been swapped around is actually just what days we're doing what.
Yeah. But so on Monday we're doing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and some Dr. Luigi in there as well.
On Wii U.
Yes.
Both Wii U games.
And then we're doing Thief on the PS4 on Tuesday.
Yes.
We're doing Rayman Legends on the PS4 on Wednesday. Thursday we're going to take the games to look for in March and play some Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare for the latter hour of the show. And then of course Friday we have news and GR Friday nights on the PS3. So get ready for that, PS3 owners. You got to show these Xbox owners how it's done.
Yes.
Get all the Nordic people get in the fight for the golden ticket.
Yeah.
But right here, right now, we have who's in the lead? Wormsoft back in the lead.
Yes, doing very well. But if you remember before, the record we've seen today, I think, is 3,100, and I think the #1 on the leaderboard is 3,400. So it's a little bit up there. It's pretty. That was a pretty good score. So he needs to ramp up his game to get up there. He's going on a little bit of a kill spree there. Of course, if you look on the top and see the leaderboard, the number on the left next to the name is their current kill streak. Let's jump to another player. Let's see. Yeah. Should we go with Teddy Bear? He's #1 on the other team.
Sure. Running on 1 kill right now.
And Federation 2 caps behind, but Teddy Bear is going for the cap, so he might almost tie up the game. Yeah, only 1 behind now. Oh, but the enemy team gets one as well.
So there's still.
But he spawns close to the enemy spawn. One thing I've seen a lot of teams, I will see if that happens. It's probably going to be hard for TCM when they're not on the same team, but I've seen pro teams go for, you can get a kind of a spawn trap in this level that works really well for blitz. Of course, you have one team spawning over here at the motel and one on the opposite corner, and you have the diner and strip club in the other 2 corners, and you can actually spawn trap one team in the strip club, and you can actually easily manage to run in and do a lot of caps if you get that, and it can be very hard to get out of. And I've seen pro teams pretty much they'll get out eventually, but spawn trap the other team for a little bit in there.
Although that's probably unlikely to happen in this situation, because here people are also racing for the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Because they want to get.
But you could ramp up the score quicker that way, but you need a lot of like teamwork to get that to happen. Let's see, who do you want to follow?
Let's check out Propane Slayer. He's running on a 5 kill streak right now.
Propane Slayer, let's see, where do we have him?
Right there.
There we have him, yeah.
And just as we switch to him,
out.
we jinx him right out of the game.
It's just like when we're watching sport on TV.
Yeah,
when you say something nice about someone, it goes wrong.
Hamode 95 running on a 2-person kill streak and trying to catch up with Warmsoft, although I have to say he's a couple of points off there. Warmsoft up to 2,400.
Yeah, maybe we should actually go find him. And see if he can catch up to the... We have a minute and a half left, the game is close, but can he actually get on the leaderboard? I think about 2,500 is enough to get on the leaderboard as it is now, but we'll see. And I think he's totally going for the high score now.
Yes. KD of 26 versus 14 and a score of 2,700.
Oh, he goes on a kill streak
here.
Really nice 2-piece. Gets the third guy as well. And here's what does he do? Does he try to duke the enemy? They know he's in there. They just stunned him. Can he sneak around?
Oh, and he's running around the corner.
Gets the guy.
And
oh my god, that was really
capture.
Got like 4 or 5 kills in a very short time there.
And a 7.
And you see now he spawns in the strip club. Which is good for him now because he's close to the enemy spawn, but that's where you can also get
running around the corner. He's gonna meet up. No, the cap was just taken.
But you see, he has a teammate in the enemy spawn now. They're just waiting for the cap.
4 seconds, 3 seconds.
But who goes for it? He lies on the
yeah. Well played.
3,200. He's up there now.
Yeah. If he keeps this going, he just might reach the top.
He could make another cap. You see it apply. Guys,
there's
actually
an enemy right in the cap, right in front of him. Taken out, and a teammate takes the point.
If he's lucky, he can get one more cap.
2 players coming up right around the corner.
See if
he
gets
the cap.
34.50. I think that's our highest score ever.
Well played. And that's all she wrote.
All right, so let's write this down. Warmsoft, Hamode, Propane, Slayer, and Caribbean Beef. Can we remember that?
Yeah, Warmsoft, Hamode 95.
So soft.
Hamode 95. Take it, and the ghost take it 23 to 20.
Good. Slayer.
And Caribbean Beef.
Okay, good.
And they just
Thanks
won
for playing,
the privilege
guys.
of playing versus TCM.
Warmsoft. Well, you know, the winning team gets to play TCM now. Thanks everybody for playing. I'm going to do a new lobby. Congrats. And as I said to the other guys before, you'll probably get info on the price on Monday. If you can hear me. All right, good. Good game.
And then we start up a new lobby and invite
I need to
the pro team TCM Gaming back.
Oh, I actually don't know about that. I'm sorry. It's probably better to take it off. Yeah, we'll play esport rules. I'm not sure, so it's probably better to take that off.
And now Nick, of course, is talking to the players in the lobby without us hearing what the hell is going on. But yeah, we're setting up a new lobby with the winning team from the last round, playing with TCM Gaming, and for the honor and the fun, of course, of beating some pro players and getting DLC codes.
Let's see here. So we have Caribbean Beef, right to game. We have
Warmsoft.
Propane Slayer was in there.
Yeah.
We invite the
TCM guys. Warmsoft, and there was one more.
See when they get in here. Hamode, we didn't invite him, did we?
Yeah, Hamode 95, right?
Let's see, I have enabled esport rules. Playing on Octane. Training purpose not allowed.
And set yourself as codcaster. That you've done that?
Yeah, I'm there. See if the TCM guys are ready. So I think this is actually just going to be the last round we do. We're only going to have time for 2 this time. Sorry guys with the TCM stuff.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see if we can do another one. It doesn't look like a lot of people online. Let's see if the TCM guys are ready. But yeah, congrats on winning a code. It's probably going to be the micro DLC. Let's see, just waiting on TCM.
Yeah, just invite them all again.
Oh, there's
Marky B just popped in.
So is it 2 TCM members team, or is it like...
Yeah, 2 TCM and 2 of you guys on each team.
Okay.
We just do random.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, just check your classes that everything is okay. So
yeah, because we're playing esport rules.
Okay.
Missing 1 TCM member.
Yes. Great. Everybody ready? All right. Good luck.
TCM. Thanks.
So, another blitz on Octane. Yeah, we're going to go a little bit over. This is going to be the last round where it's almost 6 o'clock now.
Yeah. So we're going to play this round and call it a day.
Yeah. So remove this, get this on, and we're good to go. See if anybody's spawning. Should we go with Vamsaft? He was the highest scoring player.
Yeah, let's see how he starts out this round.
And he's on team with Mad Cat and Josh.
Seem to be missing 2 players.
Yeah, they haven't spawned in yet. I think it's going to happen.
Okay.
We're good. Okay. We're good. But it would be too bad to time out now. Let's see, Beef Slayer.
There we go.
They need to swap teams. They're 5 on one and 3 on the other, so someone has to swap to the other team. There we go. Good.
Okay.
Of course, we can't hear the talk.
So we have Caribbean Beef, we have Propane Slayer, Marky B of TCM, and Moose of TCM together on the Ghost team.
But this
on
is
the Federation team, we have Warmsoft, Hamode 95, Mad Cat, and Josh.
Who's the guy who's also known as Gunshi, I
yeah.
think. One thing that's actually really interesting that is where I also noticed that like how pro players are different is how much they notice, like they can look at stuff and take it all in at the same time. Like get all the info they need from the kill feed, notice that thing with who's on what team and where do people spawn and all that while all this stuff is happening is quite impressive.
Yeah, they basically know the game inside out.
Yeah. So all the stuff that we're like focusing on, and maybe we can keep up with that a little bit if we give it us all.
Yeah. While not even playing.
They have info, like get all the other info at the same time. So that's quite interesting. 1-1. See, Vamsaft goes for a cap.
Caribbean Beef currently in the lead overall. With 2 kills, 1 cap.
Both Hamode and Wamsaft going for another cap.
See who gets there first.
And see, there's a really good. Oh, he doesn't go. There's a really good spot over here where people actually usually spawn.
Right behind him. Oh, he hasn't noticed. Lucky.
But the place that he actually spawns, that little place, is actually a really good place to hide if you want to go for a cap, or if you're playing something like Search and want to hide. It's one of the few places where you can actually kind of sit in a corner.
Yeah. Let's check out BenQ Moose. Oh, BenQ. I keep saying their sponsor's name. I guess that's good for them. But Moose here.
Off
TCM Gaming.
On a 4 kill streak, 4-1, 2 caps.
Oh, and taken out.
The curse is there.
It's
the
curse of the all-seeing eye.
Let's see. Let's go with the
everybody on the Ghost team being taken out there at the same time.
Again. He's playing defense. There are a lot of people in the spawn here trying to get a little bit of map control. He's gonna get turns on him. And still get the cap.
Yeah.
5-4 again. Very even game. Picks up a Remington now. Oh, but that's good. Then gets taken out.
Yeah.
See what he does. He spawns pretty close to the enemy.
Yeah, let's check out Propane Slayer, for example, on the Ghost team.
Again, spawns very close to the enemy.
Yeah, taking it easy here.
Waits a little
Being
bit.
careful.
There's one guy on the other team playing defense, watching the spawn, but he's running away.
Yeah, right
but
on
now
the
other
side of
spawns.
his tank. On the and gets
See, that's the thing
out.
with waiting too long sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the team will spawn in and be able to play defense on you. 2-5. Kirby and Beef is having a rough time.
Yeah.
But look at Marky B, actually 2-9. See if he can step up his game a little bit. See on his little card down at the bottom, blitzing the opposition. He's been playing a lot of blitz.
Yeah. Well, he's not doing too good on this map right here.
Maybe he's playing for the objective. Yeah, a lot of people are often winning up there.
He gets his first cap. Jumps a little bit up on the rankings. Hamod 95 running away with the game.
Yeah, and Barmsaft is actually having a little bit of rough time. Oh, we should go on with Josh on a 9 kill streak right now. 12-3 with a cap. He's rocking the, looks like the Remington assault rifle.
And
good
gets
at long
another
range.
kill.
10 kill streak, quite impressive. He's gonna go for cap as well. I think there was a player there that he just managed to miss.
Yeah. Oh. Didn't quite miss him. He just got a slightly extended reprieve from that.
See, he doesn't just rush in. He's trying to get some map control and watch the enemy as they run through.
But
one guy top broken. Let's see if he can pick him off.
And coming up here on the right.
But he's gonna get shot in the back.
Right. Yeah.
I think we should still follow him. That was on an 11 or 12 kill streak. Quite impressive. But notice how Varmsaft actually now managed to get at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah,
even though he has
got 2 caps there.
He has 5 caps in all, and that's really how you rank up.
Yeah, he got 2 caps there while we were following Marky B's kill streak. Josh's kill streak, of course. And see, he already moved all the way down to 3rd spot now because our 2 guests are doing all the capping. But that's probably a good way of doing it. Letting the TCM players get the kill, they're going to be good in the gunfights. And then let the other guys run the objective, if they can. And he just defends the cap there quite proficiently. Have another, gets taken out in the tunnel. And Josh here now on top of the Federation leaderboard.
He's really defending well here.
Yeah.
Oh, just taking out top broken. It's a good long-range kill there.
Yeah.
Let's go, lads. All right. Let's see. Gonna follow Josh a little bit, but very, very even scoreboard there.
I think we should jump to Moose actually, who's running the game over at the Ghost team.
Okay, let's see here. There we have him. Gets taken out. See, it's the Dori curse.
What can I say? The game knows what I like. Death. So he's running...
Moose spawn strip club and is running through here. And you see a guy, an enemy top broken, so this completely open into the enemy spawn, into the enemy base, and he can get the cap. Goes for slides in and spawn strip club again. So now we know there's a guy top broken. We'll see if he spots him.
Yeah, he seems to. He backs off.
Yeah, he sees him up there, and he has an SMG, so it's gonna be. He takes him out.
He gets the kill. Nice
takes out his teammate Josh, who was actually the guy with all the kills in the enemy team. There's a guy Diner. Let's see if he gets him. Oh, running.
Doesn't get him with the nades and gets.
You saw the little shield with the grenade popping up. That's the perk that means the guy he actually hit with the grenades are running the perk that means he can take more grenade damage. So he probably would have taken him out if he hadn't been running that perk. So he's probably happy about that then. Oh, both people die. See Moose on the top, Market B on the top. But actually, even though Mad Cat is on the bottom of the scoreboard on the Federation team, he's 21-11, 22-11, doing fairly well. Let's see if we can jump to him on a 5 kill streak at the moment. Top Diner with the Remington, spots an enemy and see if he can take him out.
He's gotten all his points basically from kills. He has 1 cap, but
and what he's doing now is really watching the map. Oh, gets taken out. So trying to do the map control and help his teammate. So that's one, you could say he's going for kills, but that's also a way of playing the...
Yeah, he's playing support, basically.
Yeah. So it's not all bad always going for the caps. Let's see, Mad Cat here. Goes top broken. Another one of the good spots to have an overview of the map. Spots an enemy. Oof.
Doesn't quite get him.
Homo jumps down. Oh!
Seems to have taken his eye off the screen there for a little bit. There were two enemies that ran through there.
Let's go with Market B.
Yeah.
On the tank. Took out Josh. Let's see what we can do here.
Seems to be 3 players now on the Federation team. Somebody dropped out there.
Oh yeah. And it's actually one of the TCM guys.
Yeah. Seems like he timed out. That's too bad.
But they're in the lead, so maybe this is the way to get this.
Let's check out Varmsaft.
Oh, we'll lose the
just taken out, of course, because we switched to him, but he's running with a 7 cap. Not a great KD with 16 deaths versus 14 kills, but...
that's actually fairly good with that amount of caps.
Yeah, because that's what the game mode is all about. It's getting the caps, and...
if you can have a couple of players who gets the kills and a couple players who gets the caps, that's pretty good one.
And goes for another one, just in the nick of time as he's being.
And you can tell that no one is getting as good scores this round as when they were playing against each other.
No.
When you get the pro players in there, it's going to be rough. Oh, looks like it was a bit of a spawn kill there. Oh, but now he's a little bit caught in.
Little bit cocky here, but.
See, he's waiting for the countdown. He could run for it. Let's see if he dares. Runs around first, gets it.
Gets it. Yeah, the Federation is still running away with it with 20-14, even though they have lost one of the pro players here, who seems to have timed out. And I think that is purely due to Varmsaft just running to the cap every time. Him and our mode, 9 caps each.
30 seconds left, so it's mathematically impossible to catch up the 5 scores they're behind. Varmsaft is still trying to make it look bad for the other team.
Yeah.
See if we can get one more. He might be able to do that. No,
I guess taken out. That leaves that out.
All right, so I actually think with this we can round down. This was GR Friday Nights for today. We only had time for these 4 maps. We'll see you next week on PS3.
Yes, and all the winners who have gotten codes and headsets and what have you, we'll contact you on Monday after we've run all this through our legal department and made sure that everybody is eligible and has met the legal requirements as listed on facebook.com/GRFridayNights, where you can also get all the information on our upcoming GR Friday Nights, which will 2 left on the PlayStation 3 in the running for the Nordics to get a golden ticket.
Yes.
Thank you to all the users that joined us. Thank you to TCM Gaming for joining us.
Yes.
This has been GR Friday Nights. I listed what we're streaming.
Yeah, if not, come back on Monday and we'll let you know there. It should be on the websites. Yeah. Thanks for
Donkey Kong on Monday. It's us. We're gonna have some fun with it. So thanks for today and
have a nice weekend.
See you on the flip side.